So my name's Neil McAuliffe. I previously was working at Addiction Services for the past sort of 6 years. I've come into a new role with Adapt to work out in the community. I've only actually started last week, so very new to the team. I think I was the last one to join sort of out of the group. Yeah, I've had, the reason I got into this type of work is I've had a bit of lived experience myself. So drug use probably about 15 years ago. Managed to get myself sorted out essentially and move away from that. So since then I've been clean essentially, and that's what's led me to this type of work.
So my name's Louise. I'm a trained counsellor with Adapt. I have also got experience in advocacy, and I've recently joined on a part-time basis the KY team. So part of that is just we're setting up new groups in the KY2, and which is the Kirkcaldy area, and also in the KY5 Lochgelly.
So my name's Shauna Barry. I am new to Adapt. I've came over to join the KY club team. So when I was doing my counselling studies, I got a job over at a recovery project. So I worked at a recovery project for 3 years. From there, I just joined on the women's staff, and then I developed as a harm reduction lead working with BBV. So I suppose that's what I bring to the project, is kind of my knowledge and experience in the fields.
So I'm Kaz. I am one of the newbies, to be fair, in the new KY club. So I am one of the outreach workers. Previously, and what I still do as well, I'm a qualified counsellor for FAS. So I work at FAS doing counselling, addiction counselling. Previously, I have been working on my qualification, to be fair, for the last few years. And I do volunteer work with the Samaritans as a listener, and I work at a men's only charity doing counselling for them and trauma-based therapy for them.
My name's Jamie. I am a specialist recovery and community navigator for Adapt. But this time last year, I was assigned a near fatal overdose worker from Adapt. Through working with him and getting myself clean and sober, I ended up volunteering with Adapt. That sort of progressed for a few months till there was a job opportunity, and now I'm employed by Adapt. So I'm very much looking forward to opening the next two clubs, especially, you know, they both Lochgelly and Kirkcaldy, and the specific areas, Templehall and Kirkcaldy, you know, I've got a soft spot for. That was where I grew up, and you know, I know a lot of people in that area, and it's severely needed this intervention. So I'm looking forward to it.
So I believe that the reason for the new clubs opening is we've seen the difference that the KY8 club has made in the Methyl area. We've seen the difference it's made to the clients and to the people and families affected by drugs and alcohol in the area. And also with the new drug-related death reports, we can see that there's kind of the same pattern for the methyl Leavemouth area that's been happening in other areas. So the idea is to get in there and develop the same kind of club. As well, the MAT standards have been issued, so you know, we have same day prescribing and rapid access clinics kind of trying to get up and running. So that was the reason behind the kind of implementing them in different areas.
You know, the idea of having like a wraparound service that you know, somebody with someone with drugs misuse issues can come in, and you know, for example, if they come in looking to get put on an opiate replacement prescription, that can happen, and then say following that they say, God, my using has really upped since I couldn't get on top of my benefits, and I'm losing money, and it's really getting to me. And so we can say, well, look, there's someone downstairs to speak to about that. and they can go and have a chat about their benefits and maybe get some things rolling surrounding that, and maybe say to the benefits, the person from welfare that's there, they say, God, because of my benefits my mental health is terrible, and they go, well, luckily enough, just across the room there's somebody from mental health here that we can go and talk to, and you know, just get all that support in the one room, the one place.
These are areas where there's been considerable amount of drug deaths and overdoses reported quite regularly, and it's the same thinking behind the KY8 Group, just to give people a safe space to come to a one-stop shop where we can get them referred into loads of different agencies to help them with all range of issues, from their addiction to their social needs, having like white goods and things like that as well, and having access to things like that. So yeah, that's just pretty much the same reason as it was in KY8.
On top of addiction services, there'll be a triage, also a blood-borne virus nurse will be there, sexual health nurses, naloxone training and information provided on naloxone, and auricular acupuncture as well.
Another one that I'd like to mention is we're going to have oral health in there as well, because oral health's a big deal. What people's teeth look like is a big deal to them. So we've got somebody in there who specialises in people who use drugs to help with their oral health, and maybe get things back, get them up and running with a dentist and that sort of thing.
Mental health support, housing support, social support, food banks as well is another thing that's really important, and a chat and a toasty is another thing, and just having a social interaction with everybody in the group, and to meet other people in your peers that you wouldn't normally meet.
So the partnership agencies that we have involved are the BBV nurses, the sexual health team. We have Scottish Family Affected by Drugs and Alcohol, they're coming in. We have Circles Advocacy, Kingdom Housing and Advocacy and Outreach, just to help with anybody experiencing homelessness or risk of homelessness, looking for accommodation and stuff.
The group normally is for addiction support, but it's also open to family and friends that are looking for help and support. Through Fast and Adapt, we also do counselling for the family and friends, so it's another option for them to get a referral into service. So it's just generally anyone that's been affected by it and they're looking for help.
Anyone that's got any sort of issues with substances, I suppose, and that doesn't have to be people that have direct issues with that. That could be friends and family that are needing advice or looking for help or somewhere to be referred to help cope or manage someone maybe in their family that's using, essentially. But pretty much anybody can come that's needing support.
People do not need to be referred to attend, they can just turn up, and that was kind of the aim, to make it a drop-in clinic, to make it accessible for everybody so that no barriers are put in place. You didn't need to go somewhere to be referred into us, you can just come in.
People can come in off the street and no matter what sort of frame of mind that they're in, and they're going to get help in there. They don't need to be referred to from a certain place or a certain service to get in there. Hopefully we can be the people that are referring them to other services that they need. So just come in, get yourself a cup of tea, make yourself at home. There'll be lots of help on board, and hopefully we can get you the best help that you deserve.